Mr Burns is a well-known character from The Simpsons, and while he doesn't feature in Simpsons Fortnite, his manor does, and it's one of the key points of interest across Springfield Island. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive look into everything there is to know about this location. While the manor itself can be a bit of a maze to navigate, the actual P.O.I includes the exterior as well, and that's where we're going to start today. To find the manor, it's directly on the east side of the map, just south of the power plant. From the road, there's a sweeping lane that goes across the front door of the manor. From here, there's a staircase with several levels to it. It's got a tree line down the middle, and there's a few chests here that you can loot. It's also the place where you can do the El Barto graffiti if you need to get that gag. Just outside the front door of the manor is the reboot van for this location, but do be careful if you are rebooting. It's very open and people can use the stairway as hiding points. If you are going to use it and the Hounds are available, it may be best to activate those first, as it will give you a better indication if a non-friendly is approaching. On the other side of the manor in the gardens, you'll see a lot of bushes cut into a pattern with a fountain in the middle. As you leave the manor's back door on the right hand side, you'll see a small building. There's some rakes outside and inside, as well as some other gardening equipment. So if you need the gag for stepping on a rake, you can get it here. At the far end of the manor grounds, there's this raised platform which you can use to overlook the gardens. You can see all the way around you except for a few occasional pillars blocking your view. There's a smaller version of this platform on the far left side of the manor grounds as you exit the back doors. If you are at the back of the garden area, you'll see that the terrain slopes down, and if you follow it you'll find a jetty, but it's not like the others seen across the map. It follows the same style as the exterior buildings of Mr Burns Manor. Here you'll find a little boat that's moored up, as well as some fishing rods where you can fish for blinky and other fish. There's a few chests around here, but there's also a jump pad if you need it. Another way to escape this area quickly is to use the zip lines. Mr Burns Manor can be a bit of a maze inside. A lot of the rooms do interconnect with each other, and to go through every single one of them will basically be here all day. A lot of them are quite generic, such as the many bedrooms in the upstairs levels and the corridors on both floors. Because of this, we're only going to be focusing on the main rooms. Earlier I mentioned about releasing the Hounds. If you want to do this, enter through the front door of the manor and you'll find this room with the staircase. Take an immediate left and you'll end up in Mr Burns' office. There's a button on his desk, and when you press it, it will release the Hounds. These are friendly towards you and your team, but if anybody comes near, they will get aggroed and start to attack. They don't cost anything to hire, and there are more of them than your usual hireable NPC, but they're also a little bit weaker. On the plus side though, they will give you a better indication of where potential enemies are located. Also in this room, you'll find pictures on the wall of Mr Burns, a bookshelf and a small balcony. There is a small room just off to the side of the desk, and in here you'll find a safe. It takes a little bit longer to open than normal chests do, but inside you'll find higher grade weapons or some gold. On this left hand side of the manor you may find this large bathroom. While the fixtures and fittings do look small in comparison to the size of the room, there's a few things that you may notice. You'll see a picture hung up on the wall, and it's very similar to the one seen above the couch in the Simpsons house. Also, this bathroom has a fireplace. What you can do is use your pickaxe to smash through this and it will reveal a secret room. This is Mr Burns' surveillance room. In here is another safe, but this is also an area where you can smash through again into a lounge that's overlooking the gardens. This lounge area does have access from the upstairs with a sweeping staircase leading you to the door. Another one of the major downstairs rooms in the manor is the TV room, and you'll find this to the right of the main foyer. But it isn't the only TV room in the manor. You'll see a single door next to a double door. If we go through the single door, you'll find another TV room. This contains the largest TV in the free world, as seen in the episode Last Exit to Springfield, Season 4, Episode 17. Also on this right hand side of the manor we have some quite generic bedrooms and a bathroom. They're a reasonable size, but they don't really have much going on, except for the odd chest or ammo box. There's also a quite generic storage room on this side of the building, as well as a large library. The final major room downstairs is this one that leads to outside. It's quite an open room with not many places to hide. There's a few statues and busts, as well as pictures hung on the wall as part of the decor. Upstairs it follows pretty much the same pattern as the other rooms in the manor. To the right of the stairway you'll find this generic L-shaped bedroom with a single bed. A large bedroom with a 4-poster bed, as well as access to the balcony of the library we saw earlier. To the left hand side of the stairs you'll find access to the balcony that overlooks Mr Burns' office, Mr Burns' bedroom itself, and you'll know this through the pictures on the wall, the small model of the power plant and the pull cord that's tagged Smithers. Smithers does not appear as an NPC in Simpsons Fortnite. Connected to this bedroom is a closet room and access to the main dining room. Also on this side of the manor you'll get access to the stairway that leads down to the lounge area that we accessed from the secret corridor earlier. Straight ahead of you, if you come up the stairs, this will lead to the main dining room. It's a very large open room with limited cover, the only real cover being underneath the stairways. These interior stairways will lead to the 3rd floor. One stairway will lead to the kitchens and a few storage rooms with access to a flat roof that's above Mr Burns' bedroom, and you can use this as a sniping spot. The left hand stairway leads to a room with some barrels inside of it, and then leads further into a games room, again with access to a flat roof, this time above the lounge that we accessed through the secret corridor. Both of these areas sort of mirror each other. You can access the roof directly from either of these platforms. Come inside and you'll see a small staircase. Go up there, go through the door, and you'll end up on the roof. Of course you can land on the roof directly if you've dropped from the battle bus. This would be your way down instead of jumping from the building. The roof does come with some decent cover, but at the expense of being able to see where people are in certain places, so positioning is all important. On the roof you'll find this circular room with lots of windows. There's some loot chests in here, but other than that there isn't really much else going on. Overall, this P.O.I was quite popular, especially in the early part of the season. People were trying to release the Hounds early and using that as a tactical advantage. I've seen less people drop here though as the season has progressed. So that was a look at Mr Burns Manor. Is this somewhere that you've dropped into a lot? Let me know in the comments. For more deep dives into the named points of interest in the Simpsons Fortnite map, there's a playlist covering all of them, linked at the end of this video.